Hey, hey,
You
YouTube family.
can't hear. Uh-oh, there you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I went to the restroom before we did this live.
Yeah, I tried to eat, but it came
Would you
out
eat
disgusting.
um your Chipotle?
No, I've been had that. I fried some chicken, but I didn't like it.
Um, did you try a new recipe?
Mm-mm. I just think I didn't leave it in long enough. I like the chicken cooked really hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't cook it hard enough.
Oh, okay. I understand.
You know how it is.
Yeah. My uncle felt the same way about fish.
He
He
liked it
wanted
hard.
he liked it hard, yeah. Hey, poetic vibes. How you doing?
Hello, hello.
How's everybody? Hey, man,
Hey,
you not asleep?
hey, Michelle, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. It's late. It's night. Right? Sorry.
Michelle, I have been sleeping, and I have not gotten back to you, but I will tomorrow. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
just tired.
Yeah. Yeah. When y'all were,
Hey, Christine.
hey, Christine. Why can't I see y'all on my phone? Why is it not showing me? I don't know why it's doing it. Oh, you woke back up? Okay. Thank you so much. You woke back up for us. Oh, so sweet. In Marcella's sleep. I can't see my live on my phone. I guess it's not showing me. I don't know. It's something going on with YouTube this past couple
Mm-hmm.
days.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like,
Marcellus's sound was terrible today.
yeah, he kept blinking on me, and I'm like, Marcellus never has those problems. I know. Wednesday, Dare was having some issues too. Hey, man, church is even praying for you. Are you gonna have to evacuate? Hey, Christine,
Your
hit the
friend
like.
still okay, Marcellus?
Yeah, your friend, all right?
'Cause it was close to their house.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Betty. Monica. Hey.
How y'all feeling tonight? Hey, Monica, Christine, Betty. I wonder if Understanding gonna show up tonight.
We shall
She
see.
got a little. She got an admirer.
But we got our bait here for
Oh
Pooh
yeah, her
Bear's
partner.
here.
Her
Her
partner in
partner in
crime.
crime. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her partner in
That's good, Marcellus.
crime. Hey, NW50, is your daughter okay now? That's good. Your friend is fine. Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep you in prayer, man, disease. And my other friends are in California as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Roxanne, I know we took off last week because it was Labor Day weekend. Um, but we were planning on last week. We'll do it this week, talking about crazy women, aka toxic females. Some of we can say they're crazy bitches.
Mm-hmm.
um, and they may be your mama, your auntie, your sister, or in my case, a best friend who, if she watches this, may not be my best friend. One of my best friends after this. Um,
But she knows she
sometimes,
crazy, don't she?
yeah, she does.
You still love her, so.
I still love her though. Yeah, but she's saved now, so she's been doing better. She's been doing better. Um, even at one point in time, there are some situations where I was almost pushed to the edge of craziness myself, but I just didn't. I didn't step over that line. And
Mm.
I think, kind of like what Matt Church Disease and Daryl said yesterday, there are women who get in these men's faces doing crazy things, wanting to threaten them to hit them, and they know that, hey, it's not looked upon for men to hit women, but in kind of like in Tamar Braxton's case, you're trying to jerk the wheel in the car that caused an accident, or you're like T-Boz and you throw his clothes in the tub and set it on fire because he was cheating on you again. Um, you know, there are crazy women out there. There are toxic females. And probably some of them are narcissists. Some of them, maybe it was a man or maybe it was a situation, or they're just plain crazy, you know?
Well,
Um,
they say that narcissist females are worse than the males.
really?
That's what they say. Yeah, they say that they are the worst. I haven't
Goodness,
come. I've
yeah.
I've met. I've met a few. So, and they were bad. I'm
Mm,
not sure that they were worse than the guys though.
mm. Yeah, everyone, we've all been experiencing buffering issues. Um, and I noticed that when you cast to your TV, there's no buffering when it's on the TV, but when it's on your phone, it's a lot of buffering. Is really bad. Yeah, please, yeah, rest in peace, Lisa Lopez. And she actually admitted in her behind the music what happened and what she did. 'Cause I think she ended up catching a case from that. Cause the
Hell
second
yeah, she burned the house down, didn't she?
well, the first time she didn't, because she did it twice. The second time it was a different tub and it was made of a different material, and that stuff was flammable. And that they had to call the police department. And then when the arson people come out and they investigate it, and it's like, oh, you intentionally set a fire, and she caught a case because of that. So, but yeah, and she even said, like, her and her boyfriend, they were not good for each other. They were just it was crazy, you know.
No,
So
I think narcissists can drive you to that. They can drive
yeah,
relatively
I
sane
wonder if
people
that is too,
crazy.
because they want to make you look crazy and not them. Like, they're not the bad guy, they're not the problem, you know. Yeah, Matt Charlton, she threw his clothes into the tub twice and set it on fire. The first time, it went out, it nothing caught fire, but they had to redo the tub, and they did it with different it was a different material. And the second time, she it, it burned up the they had to call the fire department. I know, Mad Church. See, that's just me because I always see, because I know sometimes I'm a stereotypical Libra. I see both sides of the situation. So
I think she was saying that's what made the fire worse.
no,
Was that
the different material of the tub, when she set it on fire, it
made the
spread,
fire worse?
made the
Yeah,
fire
that's what I
worse.
said. Hmm.
Yeah, and so it didn't spread in the and spread in the house. So yeah. So, but I remember a couple weeks ago, Daryl said this couple, and I think I mentioned this before, they had been with each other like 20 years. And they had a case where he beat her She beat him. They both went to jail for attacking the other. And then when they got out, they went back together. And it was like, wait a minute. And she ended up stabbing him in the chest and got arrested. I'm just like, okay,
And they both have been to jail for each other, right? That's the one.
Mississippi girl, if you have a smart TV, there's a button on your phone that lets you pass from your phone to your TV automatically. If you got a smartphone, you can do it. We will have a channel though eventually. It's in the works. Yeah. So and then I think Daryl, was like, how's Daryl, you always got stuff going on at and what's going on in Ohio? There was another case, a woman and her boyfriend, I think it was the father of her child, they got into a fight. She slashed his tires, and then I think she either stabbed him or shot him.
Mm, mm,
And I
mm.
think he may have like wanted to end the relationship or something like that. I'm just like, okay, y'all, this is getting crazy, women. What are we doing? And then I noticed a lot of crazy women always got good men. I'm like, how y'all got good men? And I'm a good woman and I can't get the good man.
Well, I don't know about that.
I just, I'm sorry. My friend always had a good man. And I was just like, what is she doing? And I'm like, I know she's crazy. And they probably know she's crazy. Well, she always got one. And I'm over here by myself. What the
Well,
hell is she doing?
maybe they like the thrill.
Mm.
I don't know.
Are good girls
Mm-mm.
too boring? Are we boring? You want drama and excitement? I mean, mm-mm. I thought you forgot the G, Roxanne. You're
I
Rock
know. She had
1969.
she had ROC.
Oh, Monica G, you say no manipulative woman gets a good man, but some of them do.
Hmm.
And I just don't understand it. I'm just like, is the man being held hostage? Like seriously, there is I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna put it in um it was a Dr. Phil episode. And yeah, the crazy one will
Take your
wear out
break.
their welcome, but then if a man lets them come back, you know, um, because I was listening to Max V Worldwide, good girls are boring, some of them are free. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, some of them that's true. Um, Max V Worldwide said he had dated two different girls in particular, and he said they were narcissists. And one, it was just like she picked him up from work and she passed the exit to their house. And he says, "Hey, you passed the exit." She kept driving on the freeway. He was like, "Hey, you passed the exit." Kept driving. And I think she snapped and almost like was going like 100 miles per hour, pulled over on the side of the road, and just like started screaming. And and at that time, they were living together. He was like, "Oh, okay." He realized like she was crazy. And then later on, it was like nothing happened. She was apologizing, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." You did, and she did have, some mental issues. This is like Matthew World. He was a good guy, but he too late. He found out this girl was
Sound
um
like bipolar.
I think she had that and some other things though. Like she had a number of things that was wrong with her.
Mad
So,
church disease. Stop telling Kim's business. Everybody don't need to know she a freak.
hello, Roxanne.
Oh Lord.
Um, but yeah, and he said that was actually the second woman he was with that was kind of crazy like that. I'm thinking like, okay, you sound like a good man. You're with two crazy women. So what is it about you? Are you like me? Are you empathetic and you're just attracting these narcissists? Because I know I was doing that for a while.
Yeah, that's what all narcissists, they look for certain things in people that they
Mhm.
can manipulate, certain factors. If you're going through a rough part time in your life, if you're a
Mhm.
real empathetic person, they're
Mhm.
things that they look for. They search for specifically you.
Mm.
And so you will continue to attract that type of person until you change something about yourself. And a lot of times it has to do with learning to love yourself.
Mhm.
They don't. They typically don't like to bother with women that are that love themselves. If you have any or women with low self-esteem, they love those kind of women.
Mhm.
You know, so the more esteem you're able to build, the less likely that's what you're going to attract.
Mhm. I
Or
know.
you know how I always joke and say, I don't have no butt. I don't have no butt. Well,
Mhm.
if that really bothered me, that's what they're going to use.
Mhm.
They'll use
Yeah.
that.
And I've had exes that, when they knew I was really sensitive about, and they would use that against me. And then finally, when I had so much more self esteem, was like, you know what? I deserve better than this. Then I got rid of them. And then some were still trying to, call back, do that hovering thing.
Mm,
Oh, I miss you. What
yep.
I love you. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. And in some cases, I had to change my phone number. I had to block them
Hmm.
on social. I had to do a no contact. Block them on social media. Block their emails. You know.
And they will drive. They narcissists will um, provoke anxiety in normal
Mhm.
people, just
Mhm.
like normal people who don't suffer from depression or any of that kind of thing. They will drive them to have anxiety
Mhm.
and
And
almost feel like they're going crazy.
yeah, and my last boyfriend I had, that's how I felt. I was like, I was always on edge. I didn't know what kind of
Hmm.
mood he was gonna be in. And then like once I was no longer his girlfriend, I was just like, I'm fucking happy by myself.
Yeah,
Oh, I like myself this much. Just
it's
doing
like you
me.
stay in that that fight or flight.
Yeah.
Um, it's like you stay there, fight or flight all the time. So do you know
Mhm.
how draining that is on your body
Mhm.
when you're in that space all the time? Ooh, that's a lot.
That's great, Mississippi girl. I'm glad you got it.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised more people don't kill narcissists though.
But then I kind of wondered with this case with these two women, like we could say they're toxic or crazy, was these two men narcissists?
And drove them to it.
I just drove into it.
Well, I
Okay.
do know. You remember Betty Broderick?
Yeah, you were telling me about that, and I remember some old movie they made about her.
Yeah, she was a narcissist. So
Yeah.
was her ex-husband. But I truly believe that they drove that woman to do what she did.
Hmm. I just think like after 20 some years of marriage, and I put you through school, and we finally made it, and you gonna divorce me and get a younger model? Oh,
Well, not even just divorce her, but not give her half.
oh shit.
It wasn't even that he just divorced her, but of course he was a lawyer. She couldn't get a good lawyer that would even go up against him in her state. So she didn't feel like she was getting a fair deal. She
Hey,
couldn't get a fair deal.
innocent. Yeah.
So that would make somebody want to hurt you,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're a little off, like
Mm-hmm.
she was.
You didn't think of her as a narcissist understanding? Is it because of the movie or because of what she said on? Because there's interviews of her on YouTube.
Yeah, I thought she was a classic. And they typed her as a narcissist. She was tested.
Mm,
A sociopathic narcissist, I
yeah,
think is what they said.
yeah. Like there was a woman that hit her boyfriend with the car, then got out and screamed at him, then hit him with the fender.
Oh, you took it out and
Lord, I shouldn't laugh at that, but that's almost kind of funny.
Yeah, I saw a lady. They had the video where she went around and around. Did y'all see that? Went around and around and around and was
Mm-mm.
running over him every time. Caught him in a hotel with a woman.
It was a lady here in Houston. She eventually got out of jail. She was a doctor, I think a dentist, and I think she had a private investigator
Yeah, that was the
contacting her.
one.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah. I didn't think it was around and around. I do think it was just twice. When you say around and around,
But yeah,
and her
didn't she go
and her
around in a circle or something or backed
no,
up over him?
she like ran him over, and then she like backed up and ran him over again
Again, okay,
twice.
okay.
So twice. And so they're saying like, oh, you can say it's what do you call it, manslaughter for you running over him once, but you did it again, that makes it murder. And so I forgot what she went to was it murder or manslaughter they got her for? Anyway, she was in there for some years, but eventually she got out.
They had twins, twin boys.
Yeah, they had twin boys together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stepdaughter was actually in the car with her when she found out about her husband cheating on her.
Mm-mm.
Imagine doing, yeah, she kept going around.
And took the
But
kid with her. Lord.
yeah. Well, I think this is the thing. Her stepdaughter was in the car with her. They were like doing errands or something. And the what do you call it? The investigators called her and say, "Hey, we have this information on your husband that he actually has been cheating on you." And so
Mm-hmm.
when she heard that information, she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go where he is."
She went to the hotel.
And the stepdaughter is still in the car.
Mm-mm. That
So
is
basically,
awful.
I had to see my stepmom kill my daddy because he was being out there being a hoe. You know, just
That's awful. That poor child ain't gonna never be right.
yeah, yeah. So, and speaking of, like crazy women, there was a lady here named what's her name? Oh Lord, I think her name was Andrea too. Uh, she was a lady. She was taking care of her parents. I think her mom or her dad. Then she had like 5 kids, but they were like all homeschooled. And she drowned all of them and then called the police on herself.
She
And
had
she's still
five boys, right?
5 boys, I believe, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
she ended up, I think they said, oh, she was she found guilty of, but they put her in
I
like in
think
a
they
mental
found her
hospital.
crazy. Yeah.
Yes, they put her in a mental hospital. So she's never gonna get out. Like she's never gonna get out. But I always felt, and her husband, guess what he did for a living? He worked for NASA.
Mm.
So I kind of like always felt like, wait a minute, you work for NASA. You got a wife at home, homeschooling 5 children, 5 boys,
That's the problem right
and
there.
also taking care of her mom and dad who are sick and ill. Like nobody
Mm-hmm.
thought like, oh, my wife might need some psychiatric help. She might be going to postpartum depression. She's SNAP. Like you at work all day. She's at home with 5 kids. What are
And
you doing?
teaching.
What and teaching? And so what is he doing when he get home? Yeah, Andrea Yates is her name.
Mm-hmm.
So are
I
you
don't
are you
know.
help are you helping with are you getting the food on the table? Or are you expecting the food to be on the table already? Are you helping with the laundry? Are you helping she got your laundry already done and got your clothes and picked up your dry clean. Like, I just feel like the husband, to me, I feel, well, I don't know, I just feel like the husband was somehow a factor in her doing that.
Yeah, but
I just think
that
he did not pay. And then like her the things that she was doing for her family was like, okay, she taking care of everybody else but herself.
that teaching kids in the
Mm,
house is a whole lot of work, and you know it,
yeah,
especially
and
if
I
that's
forget.
not even that you're not
Yeah,
even a teacher by
hmm
trade.
and I forgot
Um,
what church they went to because it was like a different church too. So I was wondering if that was a factor. Yeah, and then you know what he did? So much for for better or worse. He ended up divorcing her and while she was in the mental place, and he went and got remarried. I'm like, oh, look at this.
mm,
You could get
yeah,
on
because he
going
needs
with
somebody
your
to take
life.
care of them kids.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, like,
he's not
oh,
gonna do it.
no, none of the kids survived.
Oh, that's right. She killed
Yeah.
him. Damn. Mm,
That's true too, Monica. You made a good point. Floyd Mayweather's daughter, fighting with his fighting with her boyfriend's daughter. Now she got a case. She might have to go to jail or something. If she grabbed a pair of scissors. See,
that
this is my
that's
problem too. That will make you crazy. You see she's struggling, but you gonna keep getting her pregnant. Because y'all believe in what the Bible says.
yeah, Monica. Uh
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot. Oof, Lord. Mm.
Oh, thank you, man, Church Disease.
I hope they give her a good lawyer.
He should have left her crazy ass. But this is the thing though. The boyfriend that I think he's a rapper. You got two women who are literally fighting over you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you keep attracting women who fight?
No, I don't. I think it's him. He's playing them against each other as
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
narcissists
He probably
do.
is. He probably is. But
Mm-hmm.
probably what he's doing is the baby mom is dropping off the kid, and she's like, "Hey, you need to do this, da 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 da." And then he goes in the house and complains to his girlfriend what the other girl is doing, and she want to go out there and fight her. I'm like,
He is still hitting the baby mama. So she
uh.
coming over there and see the new girlfriend. Now she got an attitude because he's still hitting the baby mama and he hitting the new girl too. That's what that's
Wait a
all
minute.
about.
He got 8 kids. He's like Future. You need a vasectomy.
Good Lord.
Okay, understanding what I'm saying is, I felt like the husband did not help this one wife he had with the 5 children. And you, yeah, I know for better or worse, maybe he shouldn't stay with her because she's in jail. But it's like, out of all of this, you came out with the best deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't start a foundation for your kids. You didn't start an organization to help women with postpartum depression. You basically went back to work, found another woman, and got married. It was like, wait a minute. It made me wonder, like, okay, did you drive this lady to kill the kids so you can get out of this marriage and take it out of care of all those kids? Because it makes me wonder. Because I know I'm taking a class, man, church disease, but I'm just like,
There had to have been signs that something wasn't right.
something. You work for fucking NASA. You supposed to be using your analytical skills for a fucking living. You can't pay attention to the person that's at home.
There were red flags somewhere that he missed.
But
I mean,
understanding they were a part of this religion. I'm sorry, Roxanne. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
They were part of this religion and they were taking the Bible literally. So the Bible says that men and women are supposed to be fruitful and multiply, and that's what they were doing. They should have been on birth control, but they weren't. They call him baby future. Well, then
It
turn your
says
baby down then.
it says multiply, but it doesn't say how many times you're supposed to multiply, does it? Mad church disease.
But my thing is, okay, yeah.
Or
But my
how
thing is,
often?
mm-hmm. But my thing is this understanding. What if he's the one who caused her psychosis? For all we know, yeah, I'm taking this class, and maybe because I watched too many movies. What if he had another woman on the side? Maybe that's the woman he's married to now. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking. And he wanted to go on and have this really great life, but he over here has a wife and 5 kids. Well, what could I do? Oh, I could try and drive my wife crazy so that she sees herself as unfit and maybe, kill the kids.
That's a stretch.
Ah,
No.
mm,
I
I know it's
think
a stretch.
that
I
he
know it's
did
a
not
stretch.
do anything about the red flags. He just kept going and doing what he's doing and left it all to her. She's at home. She can handle it. She's their mother. She can teach. She can take care of the parents. And he didn't pay attention to the red
Hmm.
flags that she needed help.
The grandmother warned him. You're right. Understanding. He can get married again and have more kids. That doesn't replace the ones that he no longer has. I'm just saying something about this man is off. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. What
Hey,
you mean,
baby, I
Michelle?
75.
Michelle, you're not supposed to replenish the earth by yourself. What do you mean?
Mississippi girl, that's a different astronaut. That's a different astronaut. This is a totally different astronaut. There was another astronaut who worked for NASA. Well, Andrea Yates' husband was not an astronaut. He was like an engineer. But there was an astronaut, a female astronaut, who had an affair with a male astronaut, and then I think they broke up. And then he found out that she had moved on, and the female astronaut got in a car, wore a pamper so she wouldn't have to stop to go to the restroom, and then drove from Houston to Florida.
Now that bitch was crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like, and the thing was, you were already married and had your own kids. Like, what the hell? But the other man moved on. You wasn't for the leave. I think the lady was not going to leave her husband. I don't think. And understand that he can go and be happy with his life, but
Okay, Mad Church says.
I just feel
I
like
got it.
part of me feels like he didn't do what he needed to do to help his wife and save his, and maybe he does feel guilty. Maybe he goes to therapy. Maybe he has done some things to help other people who experienced the first things his first wife did. We just don't know about it. God call me sister. Yeah, she needed postpartum meds.
Yeah, and I've seen postpartum depression and I've had it once. Luckily, mine only lasts maybe 2 or 3 days, but it's noticeable. It is
Hmm.
noticeable. You can't miss it.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say the mobile home was the mobile bus, whatever, was actually in the backyard because they were like living and like driving in the bus. And then when he got that NASA job, they got into like a real house. And so the bus, they moved to the back of the house in the backyard. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's it's time to. I know some people might say, okay, this is wrong. This is like I don't know if it's eugenics, where you like, okay, some people need to have kids and some people just need to not have them. And But I'm just thinking, like, yeah, after you get so many, or like, you keep having them, and then like they mysteriously get SIDS or something. Not mysterious, but they get SIDS. It's like, okay, do your kids have a do they have like a genetic disorder, or is something keep happening? Because there are some women who who commit, who are crazy, commit what's it called? It's a word they call it. It's like when they kill their children. I forgot what it's called. There's even black widows, like they kill husbands. You okay, Roxanne?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that word you're talking about. Damn.
Because when you kill your mother, it's called matricide. Your father is patricide. Homicide is you kill anyone person. But it's something that's called when you kill your children.
Something you're talking about, like Munchausen disease? When it,
Yeah, Munchausen could lead to a kid dying, but it's called something when you kill your children.
mm,
Yeah. So, but yeah, like there are people who have Munchausen, and I've seen that too. Like, um, yeah, Munchausen when people kill, they make their kids sick. Like that.
mm,
What's that lady that just she ended up her kid ended up getting some sense and not sense. Well, ended up finding out that she really wasn't sick. And ended up killing her mother, her boyfriend.
yeah, her and the boyfriend did. I remember that. I don't
And
remember their name.
I think it was like two different movies got made. So one was on Lifetime and one was it AMC or was it Amazon Prime? It have been Amazon
Mm,
Prime.
I
But
remember that.
literally, this lady was making. Oh, thank you. That's what it's called. Infanticide. Yeah, when you kill
Mm,
babies. Yeah. That's yeah, because that's basically what Andrea Yates did, infanticide. Thank you, want to know love. But yeah, there are women who are making their kids sick, going to different hospitals, and then so they can get
what happened to the
attention.
girl and the boyfriend?
It's called Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah.
Munchausen if you make yourself sick to get attention, but if you make someone else sick to get attention, it's Munchausen by proxy. Yeah, I saw
What
it on
happened
ID
to
channel too. Yeah, ID channel or Oxygen has those.
the girl and the boyfriend?
They went to jail.
They did.
hmm
And
I
she
think
was
they'll
getting money
eventually.
from everywhere, right?
She was like
She had got
she. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, thank you,
think
Mona Lola.
I think that's where I saw it too, Christine Parks.
hmm
People were giving her
Yeah.
money and um, set up a
hmm
GoFundMe or something.
Okay. Oh,
Gypsy
Hulu had.
Rose Blanchard. That's it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Moni No Love. Yep.
Okay.
There you
Hulu.
go.
Hulu had the movie. Okay. But I want to say Lifetime did too. But yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right about Hulu though. Yeah. Yeah, and I think what ends up when it ended up getting her caught was I think yeah, she kept saying the girl had cancer, she had all these diseases, and she kept going to different hospitals, and I think she even lied about the girl's age because she was actually older than she actually was. And then the dad was like not around, so he was just going by what the mom said, like, oh, she needs this, she needs that. And then all of a sudden she was getting trips or gifts from like famous people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of those famous people may have like thought something was weird with her. But then all of a sudden, I guess Gypsy started listening and paying attention. And then when her mother was asleep, she started getting on the computer. That's when she met the
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend. Gypsy Rose is serving 10 years of boyfriend's in for life. Yeah, like yeah, I was gonna say she eventually is gonna get out. Because technically, she was a victim of her mother. In a way, she kind of like was defending herself. In a way, y'all were planning her death. It wasn't like y'all were just like. I mean, they did want to run away to be together, but yeah.
That's why I was surprised that she got time at all. Because I felt like she was a victim too.
Yeah. Because if you see the before pictures when her mother had her, in that wheelchair and what she looked like in her trial, it was two different people. They're like two different people. Hey, Ava.
Hi, Ava. And what about the lady that kidnapped that baby out of Harlem Hospital?
When was
That's
that?
she
Oh,
a black woman, matter of fact, went to Harlem Hospital and stole this teenager's baby. And they eventually found her. They did a movie about that too. And she ended up
oh,
meeting her mother
oh,
went to jail. Well, the kidnapper went to jail.
that's not the Kalina
Uh,
White story.
yeah. Yeah, that was
Oh
because
my goodness, that was a
the
good ass.
mother and her are still not together.
That's a different mother. I know the ones you're talking about. See, that was a couple. Okay, so the one from the Kalina White story, they ended up. She ended up reconnecting with her mom and her dad. This was
Right.
years later. But there's
Mhm.
another lady. The same thing happened to her, but she doesn't. But so the one that was on Iyanla,
Mhm.
they went on Iyanla. That girl is crazy. She needs therapy. Uh,
Mhm.
and the dad is just trying to like be a good dad, but he's also like trying to like let her do whatever she wants. And so the girl wants to still call her the one that raised her mother and still
Mhm.
writes to her. And the biological mom is like, wait a minute, this lady stole you from us. I'm your real mother. And she can't handle that. She wants to still have her daughter wants to have a relationship with this woman who stole her. And so
Mhm.
the biological mom didn't even show up to Iyanla. She was like, I just feel like my daughter is still stolen from me. I kind of wish I never was able to find her because she does, And then uh and Yana tried to like talk to her. She even brought the Kalina White lady to come talk to her too. Like saying, hey, this is
Mhm.
another girl who had the same issue as you. Maybe she can help you with your issue. That other girl, she was quiet, and then all of a sudden, and I was like, why is she so quiet? Why is she just? She kind of felt like the girl was being fake, and she was putting on this performance. This wasn't the real her. And so she said,
Mhm.
okay, and she switched it up. She's like, okay, your dad and your is not coming to pick you up. You're gonna have to stay here for the night. That girl went from 0 to 100 and went off, cursing at, being loud, cursing at Iyanla, cursing at the people who were there, telling her. And her dad was like, and they were like in another room. And he was like, "Look, this is
Mhm.
the plan. We need to address your daughter's emotions. I don't think she's being real with us. So I need you to go ahead with this plan. And if she asks you to come get her, you're not gonna come get her."
Mhm.
Because
And
basically the girl kept
he couldn't
saying
do
like
that though.
everything is okay, nothing's wrong with me. I'm just fine. And it was like you're not really like. Do you understand? Like someone stole you from your parents, raised you, and now they're in jail, and you're like, it's okay. And so when they told her she her dad wasn't picking her up, she went from 0 to 100, and they just ended it. And then they brought in Kalina White, and she was like, "Hey, can you tell us your story?" She's like, she said, "Thank you for coming." She said, "I wanted you to talk to the other girl, but she went off."
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I felt so bad for those people.
Well, I felt bad for the mother because it's like they really they
Hmm.
really thought that they were going to be able to have a mother-daughter relationship, and that's not what it was. So it's like another stab in the heart,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
another loss.
Hmm.
You know, you you pain and you cry over this kid that was stolen, and then when you get the kid back, the relationship just isn't. It just could never be. That's sad.
It's very sad. Christine, I think they had her money in a trust fund. So there was money raised for Julia White, but for the second girl, it wasn't any money. Yeah, she was very like she gonna start doing some weird stuff. And she was screaming so much, I thought she was gonna lose her voice.
Yeah, well, I would, if I was the father, I would have had a hard time not being there for my daughter when she's upset. I'd have a hard time with that, seeing as how she was stolen from me. So anytime she calls me and she needs me, I couldn't say no.
Yeah, and I
as a
think
father.
you're so right. 'Cause I think Iyanla said, "This is what you're doing because you haven't been there. You're just letting her say or do anything. You're not giving her uh not boundary. Maybe it is boundary. But he was like, you're trying to be her friend. She
Well,
doesn't need a friend. She needs a dad. But you're afraid that you're going to lose her again, so that's why you're acting. So they were trying to get dad to understand that he was kind of like enabling the daughter's behavior.
Yeah, well, that's going to be hard because I don't know that I could say,
and I think she
no,
was
I'm not picking you up.
Yeah, and I think they were gonna, because I think I've seen y'all before. They do hook them up with people like therapists to talk to. But that girl, she was having no parts in none of that.
Well, well, I'm just as a regular person. You're not going to tell me where I'm gonna spend the night anyway. You're not going to tell me. You can ask me, but I would have had a problem with that too.
Yeah. But are you going to go off and scream at everybody?
No, I'm just going to put my shit on and walk out the door. I'm not going to even argue with you. If I don't want to stay, I'm not going to stay.
Okay, but what if, I guess the thing is, what if they would have said, oh, your dad says he can't come and get you. Can you stay the night here and he'll come in the morning to get you? Like, I'm trying to figure out, is it the way she said it? Or is just the fact that, oh, dad is not coming to get me?
She manipulated that girl by trying to make her angry so that she could see her.
Yeah,
because she was trying to force a reaction, try to see her emotions, I think is what it was, trying to pull out her emotions.
Yeah, she was. She was trying to pull out her emotions. She kept saying, like, this girl is talking very nice to me. And, like, she's gone through this traumatic experience. And she says everything is fine. And she was like, well, what is triggering you? And so that's when she said it. But that girl went from 1 to 0 to 100. It was like, oh.
So that did not work. And it went left. It went so far left that you couldn't do anything else with her that day. What a person like that, it's going to take some time for her to build a relationship with a therapist. You're not going to be able to do a 3 or 4 day shoot and she feel like she can talk to you. Hell, this child don't know who the hell any goddamn body is at this point.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she needed a better delivery.
Yeah. Provoking her was not the answer.
Yeah, and I think also for the fact that the biological mom who said she was coming didn't come either, and it was like, okay. But I think maybe the biological mom decided at the last minute, like, oh, she's probably not going to change. She's going to still want to be the other woman and still call her mother.
I'm thinking that the biological mom's thing is that at some point I have to protect my heart.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to let it go. And I have to make sure for me to be sane, I need to step away from this. I'm thinking maybe that's where she's coming from.
You have a
I
good
know.
point.
I would be upset. I would be
Mhm.
upset. 18 years of my child's life was stolen from me.
It
Mm.
wasn't 18 or 16. Either way, it was
Yeah, it was
almost
time
2 decades.
stolen.
Hmm.
It was time stolen. You didn't get to see your child's first tooth, first walk. Her child called you mommy. There's little things that, especially after if she ever had other children, I don't know. But there's certain things that you miss, that she's missed, that she just cannot get back. And then sometimes it's just, I would have had to step back too.
Mm.
I couldn't continue to give you my heart and then you keep stomping on it
Mm-hmm. And it's
and
almost
hurting it.
like you just said, the first day of school,
Yeah.
your first step,
Christmas, birthday,
Christmas, birthday,
first
um,
boyfriend, all of that.
going to your graduation, you know.
Exactly. All of that time
And, the,
stolen.
and to think that, you might one day when your daughter gets married, you got to be in the picture with the lady that stole her. I mean,
Right.
that's a
And
mess.
but to be fair though, I could understand why that child has an attachment to the woman that raised her.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it would anger me as much. And I think that I would have given it some time before I would stepped away from it and just said, I can't do this no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly you can't expect somebody to stop loving somebody overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work like that. Not for me.
Yeah.
I
I wish
think
they
that
would
may
do a
take some
follow up and
time.
see if the people actually ever got any
Yeah.
help.
Or hopefully when she figures it all out, she'll do a book. Because you get to that age where you're able to look back at all of your mistakes
Mm-hmm.
and how you should have did it, how you wish you had done it. And maybe she'll write a book. Who knows?
That's true. But I was watching, I don't know if you saw this Dr. Phil episode. Uh, it was very triggering in a way for me because, like, we talked about narcissistic parents, and
Mm-hmm.
this mother was being very toxic. Like, she was very toxic. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it seemed like she was always trying to gain the upper hand when it came to her children. Uh, she did have some mental problems. And again, I kind of feel like one of her mental problems, I feel like it shouldn't have had anything to do with you cheating on your husband
Was that the
and
lady Cortell or Court
having a
something?
baby with someone else. Um,
She was running her daughter's life.
the black couple.
Oh no. Mm-mm, this was a
Okay,
black couple. Mm.
yeah, the one I'm talking about is black couple, black family,
And
and
what
I kind of
had happened?
okay because I feel like the husband was like Team Solo. Basically, the daughter called Dr. Phil because he said was having a problem with her mother because the mom ruined her wedding. So they're getting
Oh.
married, and the mom, how like, they have the vows and stuff. So you know how there's a time where like the parents are up there, and the dad gives you away. He goes to stand. He goes to sit next to the mom, and they're about to be, oh, I know it was. I think it was a song or it was. Oh, yes, mom did. So they're about to do the vows and everything, and I think they're about to say just Mr. and Mrs. Whoever. The mom is gonna get up and gonna start praising the Lord tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And then starts to sing a song. Now, most it's a wedding, you would think like, oh, is it here and now? What is it? No, she starts singing "Eyes on the Sparrow," like an old Negro spiritual, at her daughter's
Why?
wedding. Oh, and on top of
Why
that,
she do that?
because she's crazy, crazy, and she even admits she doesn't take her medicine. And then the husband was such an enabler. He's like, and he was at the wedding trying to stop her, but he couldn't stop her. And then at the same time, he was saying, well, it wasn't that bad. She didn't do all that stuff. But the maid of honor said no. She was in there singing the old nigga spiritual. Thank you, Jesus, thank you. Trying to do a dance, and they're trying to have a wedding.
Well,
Oh,
oh
and
well.
this is the kicker too. The daughter said the mom, you know how you supposed to get your hair and stuff done for the wedding, right? So the bride was going to have her hair done that morning. Why
Hmm.
did the mom didn't get her hair done the day before? She gonna decide to do it the day her daughter does it. So the wedding actually started late,
Because of the
like
mother's hair.
real late. No, because she got to do mom. They had to do mom's hair too. Even though mom said, "Oh, so and so's gonna do my hair tomorrow, the day before," she gonna get her hair done the same day as her daughter. And guess what? The color the mom wore it to the wedding.
Please don't tell me white or
Yes, she
black.
did, and that was not what she had planned to wear.
Okay, let me just say this.
So the mom, to the daughter's feeling like my mom is competing with me. She's not
Okay,
acting like my mother. She's acting
mother.
like competition.
Right. Well,
And I
let me
saw
say
this.
this.
Hmm.
Any wedding or family gathering in my family, something crazy happens because my family is just crazy. It's
Hmm.
just what it is. It's just like expected. If somebody don't act up or act a fool or do something, then it's not. That's just like normal. I mean,
Hmm.
hell, I'm gonna send you this picture tonight when we get off of here. My father comes to my wedding to give me away in a damn near white suit. You don't believe me? I'll send the picture after we finish.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's how much of a narcissist he is.
Mm-mm.
Yep. So that don't surprise me.
Oh my goodness. And then on top of that, this is how toxic the woman was. She basically said, well, the brother, he had a whole nother issue too. The mother told basically was like driving a wedge between him and his wife because he got married. So the mom was like very religious. She gonna say, well, he had some things that's in the house and he's supposed to go pick up. But the mom was just being so unreasonable, um, and like always making excuses why he couldn't come get his stuff. This is what she did. She wanted to like pray over them. Oh no, she wanted their wedding ring to have the minister, the pastor, pray over them to help their marriage. So somehow she took the ring, probably when the husband or her son wasn't home, took his wife's ring, his ring, and they literally kept them.
No, she
And it,
didn't.
and it supposedly did something with some holy oil, yeah. And so he couldn't go get his rings and stuff back. And I'm just like, this woman, like, I'm like, and then this is the thing. She had a child out of wedlock
The
with the guy
wife.
that she cheated on her husband with, and the
Wait a
dad
minute,
and
who
her
had the
husband
child out
took
of
her back.
wedlock? Wait
Huh?
a minute, who had the child out of wedlock?
Mom
The
cheated on
mother.
the dad. She cheated on
Okay.
the guy and the girl's dad. And this is what
Okay.
the girl
Go ahead.
told finally admitted because she was going back through her childhood. She said she remembers her mother using her as a excuse as to why she wasn't where she was supposed to be. So she was using her daughter as an alibi to cheat on her husband.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
selfish.
yeah. And so the dad, they had split up for a while. She was still cheating on him, or I guess they were separated with another guy. She got pregnant. Her husband still took her. That's why I'm like, what's with this husband of her? He still took her back and still raised the child as her own, as his own. I was just like, wow. And so you know what Dr. Fields told her? He's like,
She's a selfish bitch.
well, he tried to talk to the mom, and the mom was like, she was like, oh, he tried to tell like what she was doing was very, very crazy, unstable. But she doesn't take her medicine on a consistent basis. She needs therapy. She doesn't think there's anything wrong with her. She thinks her children are the ones who are being unreasonable.
My mother's the same way.
And the husband, Dr. Fields told him, like, you're just an enabler. You're just enabling your behavior, and unfortunately, it's hurting your relationship with your own children.
Yep.
And so, because basically the son was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore, and the daughter was like, I'm gonna have to not be in any contact with my mother. So basically, they kind of like saying, we're not gonna deal with her anymore. As long as she's doing this crazy stuff. And I'm like, wow, it was very interesting. I was like, the Black family or Dr. Phil doing this? That's why I was like, man, there are crazy mothers out there.
Oh
then,
yes.
Then she stole money from her daughter. Her daughter was like in the armed forces, in like the Navy or something. And so like she was gonna be like out on the base or something. And so she gave power of attorney to her mother to basically pay her bills while she was gone. Her mother's using the debit card to go get extra money and stuff out of the bank account.
Lord. Well,
at the end of the day, I was like, okay, you gotta throw the whole mom away. Okay, I'm sorry, you can throw the whole mom away.
Well, I grew up with a very unhealthy mother, and she's still unhealthy because she refuses to go get any mental health, nothing, because she says that we're all crazy and that she's the normal one. Even though strangers have told her something is wrong with her. So yeah, I have grown up with a mentally unstable mother. And of course, you don't know that your mother is mentally unstable until you grow up and have friends and see how their parents act or their mother acts. And then you realize that something is not quite right with your mother.
Yeah, I think for me, because I also grew up with a mentally ill mother too, I knew something was wrong. I think maybe around 10 or 11, because I knew like when my interactions with my aunt were very different from the interaction and relationship I had with my mother. And I was just like, and I knew, and I saw how they acted with their kids. And I was like, and I think in my head, I was like, something's not right. And then I also saw my mother's her medicine, and I was like, oh, okay. And when she was on it, she was fine. When she was off it, she was, a crazy lady.
Well, my mother refused to take medication or get help.
She kept. And one time she told me, I just strongly told her, I want you to take your medicine. And she was like, I know when to take my own medicine. I said, well, you don't act right when you don't take it. And she got quiet.
Well, see, if I had said something like that, my mother was very abusive, very physically abusive. She would have took my damn head off.
Yeah, my mother was, when she was totally off her medicine, like totally off her medicine, my mother was very abusive. I didn't know whether or not she was going to hit me or not. And there are some things I just feel like I didn't do anything bad as a kid. I didn't understand why I was getting certain whoopings or getting hit or anything like that. Because sometimes I was just like, am I just a bad kid? And And I just realized later on, like, no, I'm not a bad kid. So, I remember one time I tried to explain to my aunt something that my mother did, and my aunt defended her, and I was just like, "You are not getting it."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't until later, I think I was a little bit older, I think it was in high school. Like, well, I was going to go to high school, they finally got it. Like, oh, your mother is really, really, I'm like, okay, y'all get it now. Like, so, because she actually had me thinking that, like she thought, because it was like a night and day person. Like when my mother was on her medicine, she was the most lovely, loving, wonderful person. Like really, when she was off that medicine, she was crazy. Like everybody was against her. Other people were trying to drive a wedge between me and her. There were people conspiring against her. There were people listening with listening devices in our house.
I didn't get that one. But
we had cancer. We were dying. Do you know what the hell it feels like to be 12 years old and you want to tell you you're dying of cancer?
Lord have mercy. But did you know that you weren't?
This is the thing. When I was like maybe 10 or 11, my mother told us that we were dying of cancer. We were dying. And I think she told us at what age we're supposed to die or whatever. And then I noticed, like, okay, we keep getting older and older. And we're supposed to be dying of cancer. But we're still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still here. Like, and then even one time I knew for a fact that she kept saying, like, oh, they're doing this to me. They know that we're dying. They know this and that. And one time my cousin came over. And you know how you have the crazy drunk cousins or whatever? And he was like drunk. And usually they come over and they like spend the night on the couch or whatever. And so like he's talking to my mom. And I just, like certain drunks, like when they're drunk, they're telling the truth.
Right.
Like, yeah. And so he's one of those. And so my mom got mad at him and saying, you and the rest of the family, y'all are this and that. And you're conspiring against us. And he's like, we ain't conspiring against you. We ain't trying to do anything. Yes, you are. You know, we're dying of cancer. I don't know you. I said, you're dying of cancer? So I don't know anything about you dying of cancer. Now, when he said that, and I looked at his face, I was like, he don't know. My mother's been lying all the fucking time. He really does not know. And I'm just like,
but see, my mouth too much for that, Kim, because I would have went to school and told everybody I was dying of cancer. I just talk too much for that.
Yeah, that's true. This is the thing. Because of the abuse and what my mother said, she made me feel guilty. Like, oh, you're working with the other people against us. I'm your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, and then like my aunt and uncle, they would buy us stuff for like Christmas or our birthdays. And then she was like, oh, look at them. They're over there trying to buy your love or buy your friendship. And they're over there trying to destroy us. And it was really weird. And I remember one time she actually packed up all the gifts that my aunt and uncle had gave to us, took it back over to their house, and left it there. And I'm just like, and one time, I think I was little, and I think I really didn't understand. I think I may have been 5 or 6. My cousin gave me, those fruit punches, those Capri Suns. My cousin gave me a Capri Sun. I came back home with a Capri Sun. My mom gave it back to me and said, "Oh, they're trying to kill you," and she poured it out into the sink. And I'm like, I'm fine. Who's poisoning Capri Sun? Like I didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like. I can laugh about this stuff now, but then I was just like, "Oh Lord!"
And then you wonder why you didn't turn out crazy. Because
sometimes I didn't. I wonder why I didn't. But I think also because school was my outlet. That was the one place I was like, okay, I can shine here in the classroom. My mother's not here. Cause she even tried to tell me things that happened at school, that must have happened at school that I didn't believe her. Like, did you know that she made me wear a coat in the springtime and it wasn't even cold anymore? According to her, it was freezing. So I had to wear this big old heavy ass coat to school. Or wear this top and don't take it off till you get to school. And then my brain was, oh, I really gotta keep this on because if I don't do it, I'm a bad child. Because in the Bible it says my mother was also very religious, and a minister, and she was like, honor your father and mother, and so it's like, oh, yeah, so yeah,
She became very defiant, and basically because you expect me to be a grown up, and how I got to take up. I got a child. I was writing checks, bills at 12 and 13 years
me
old.
too. I was going to the store. My mother went to the hospital for the first time. So I was living with my aunt, and the first time was with my great aunt, and the second time was with my aunt. It was in middle school. I had to go to the store to buy groceries. I also had to go pay bills, and this is the days when like food stamps were like paper, and then it moved to the card later on.
Yeah. I was really confused because on one hand,
wash the dishes, help my brother, mow the lawn, stuff like iron clothes, all kind of stuff. So it was like, yeah, I was like a little adult.
right. And that's confusing for a child because I felt like on one hand I have to do all these adult things, but then you turn around and tell me to stay in a child's place. Well, I can't stay in a child's place because I have to act like the adult because you can't.
Yeah,
so I was
telling me you're not grown. You're not grown.
Yeah, well,
are you my mother? I'm like,
right. Well, I must be grown because I'm writing the checks around here. You're not writing them. You don't clean up. You don't take care of the house. I do. And at one point, she told me that I was her maid.
What?
She was. Oh,
my mother said the same thing to me one time, but she didn't say it like that. It was like, she wanted me to do something, and or something needed to be done, and she said, "Well, that's why I had you. That's why I have you here." And I'm thinking, like, you had a child, so that I can go get you a cup of water out of the kitchen, so you didn't have to go yourself. Like, Lord.
I can remember being called downstairs to the family room to change the channel. So I would pick up the remote control, bend over in front of her, and turn the channels with the remote control. Like you can't pick up the damn remote control. Child, like I was the maid and the servant. It was awful. But
that's
what
I have you here for. I'm like, really? That's what you had me here for, to do all this stuff to you?
But what I can say is that it made me a better mother.
Okay.
Because I got to see my friends' mothers. I got to see what I had, and I decided I was going to be a good mom.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I didn't mess up too bad growing up. I did a pretty good job at that. And I've raised children that are good fathers. Because my sons have the children. They love their children.
Yeah.
And Trey, the oldest son, his 4 boys are just as close to him as they are the mother. You know how the mother's usually the one that knows.
Yeah.
My grandsons are very close to my son.
That's good. Cause I always see you brag about your kids. And I was like, oh, that's really great, Roxanne.
Yeah, so you take the bad and you decide that you want to do better, and you just do better with the bad. And I think that's a lot of what I want my platform to be, about healing and, taking the bad and turning it around and making it something different so that because I don't think that I suffered for those 18 years for nothing. I have a story. I want to tell you my story. And trust me, ladies, the story gets worse. We talked about that, Kim. I don't even know if Kim is going to even be able to hear the whole story. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to like hear it in bits and pieces.
Yep.
And I think that's why so many people our age now, in a way, we're kind of normalizing therapy and getting mental help because we saw what it was like when we didn't have it growing up. There wasn't when it wasn't done on a consistent basis.
Well, the crazy thing was the court system ordered me to do mental therapy. I had to go to therapy, and I went to one of the best in the country.
Oh, wow.
She is renowned in the country now. In her earlier days, though, she was really good. She was a Black therapist. She was really good. She was an hour away, but my mother was court ordered to take me. She didn't have any other choice, but they never court ordered her to go to therapy. And they should have court ordered the whole family to go.
Oh, okay.
Done. Yeah. So therapy for me was never something that I didn't like because I grew up doing that. But a lot of families, you're right. That's not something that families did back in the day. I didn't know what a therapist was until I had to go to one. No.
But I do remember my aunt telling me one time, she said, and it was like, one of those days we heard your aunt or your whatever, they'll just say something to you, and you hadn't been saying nothing about it. But it's just like, she finally said to me, one day, you just start writing all this stuff that happened to you, you're going to need to go to therapy one day.
In and out, Kim.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay. My aunt told me that you need to start writing down all these things that happen. You're gonna need to check your therapist one day. And that was like such a real moment. Like I kept being like, why is she telling me that? Then when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I think she's right. So, but I do go to therapy. I go to a therapist, psychologist. She's a doctor, and then I also go to a psychiatrist. She's a lady. She's a doctor as well. Well, she's an MD. Psychiatry prescribe medicine, and psychologists do talk here. Right? So, if you can, if you're a woman, please try to find a female psychologist, female therapist. I had two men for a very long time, and actually, I kept reading articles and hearing different people from the therapy, like, we need more therapists of color, Black therapists, to talk to Black women about their issues. There's a cultural familiarity, with our experiences that we have. So, because some white therapists, or even male therapists, may not understand that, okay, culturally, this is what's going on in our community. This is why I'm having an issue with it. They might say to do something. It's like that's not very realistic.
But let me say this, Kim. I see a psychiatrist now for my medication. For me to see a therapist now, it's very hard to find one. And ladies, if you decide to see a therapist, you may have to see 2 or 3 before you find the right fit.
Yeah.
Everybody's not the right fit. But my childhood was so heinous. I can look at a person within the
Mhm.
first setting, within 30 minutes or less. I can look at their face and tell, okay, baby, you're not going to be able to help me with this because, yeah, you're too young. You're not going to be able to help me with this. So yeah, I need to go find somebody else.
Yeah. When I went to the first therapist I had, like the first few years, he was very helpful. Then, like the last time I went to him, I just felt like, oh, I need to get another therapist. All he wanted to talk about was my weight, and I was like, he's a therapist, right? He's not the MD, and so I'm just like, that's all he wanted to talk about. He said, oh yeah, start exercising, you get serotonin, you get this and that, and I'm just thinking like, why is he not addressing the fact of why I'm eating instead of what I like? There's a reason why I'm gaining weight. There's a reason why I'm depressed. That's what I'm back here for. If I wanted to talk about my weight, I would have went to, Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig. That's all I could think about in my head, and I was like, I need to find somebody else.
Yeah, and let me say something about the weight thing. It's true that exercising will fix your serotonin and help you feel better, but when you have been not statistics, studies have shown that when you are raised up in a turbulent childhood, such as mine, a heinous childhood, the
Mhm.
brain works differently.
Mm.
So I don't care how much exercise I do, I will be on antidepressants for the rest of my life.
Um.
That's a fact. They have
Mhm.
shown medically how the brain develops differently when you're raised in such a like this. It's not a good thing, and it
Mm.
changes everything. So you can, yeah, I can exercise, but if I come up off my antidepressants, I'm not gonna be able to get out of bed, and I want to get out of bed, and I can't
Yeah.
get out of bed.
Exactly.
It just is what it is.
Mm.
So exercise is not always the answer. And there are two kind of depressions. There's a depression where you're chemically just imbalanced, and then there's
Mhm.
situational depression. So if I'm going through a divorce and I
Yeah.
to a depression, yeah, I can get some medication, maybe be on it for 6 or 7 months, and then eventually I won't need it. But not everybody is situational. There are people
Yeah.
that are um, will always need
Mhm.
medication. So
And I think I might be in that group too because I think for a while they're like you said, my childhood was so in a way traumatic. I'm still dealing with stuff in childhood that I'm trying to get over, plus stuff from early adulthood,
yeah.
and also because I just want to be a better person than that, and not
Mhm.
be a toxic person to other people in my own life. Um, but
Correct.
yeah.
And I think when you grow up in trauma instead of love,
Mhm.
um, I was very toxic to me.
Mhm.
I was very toxic to me. Um, but I didn't know any other way.
Mhm.
I grew up in toxicity, so I didn't know any other way.
Mhm.
I had to learn. It's a learning thing. But my hope is that women don't have to wait till they're 40 to get your shit together.
Yeah.
I was 40. Um, my sister and I started building a relationship. My sister's very black and white.
Mhm.
She's probably the only one that can get in my ass, and I'm not going to go back at her.
Mhm.
Jay too. I'm not going to go back at Jay either. But I love my sister in a way that I love her and I respect her.
Mhm.
I would never go back. She's itty bitty teeny weeny, but she's the older sister, and I give that respect. So if she calls me and she gets in my shit about something, that's just what it is. That's she's the older sister. She can do that. Respect is given. But she's very black and white. And she helped me. There were some places where I was that she had to really step in and say, look, this is what this is, and you need to do this or try
Mm-hmm.
this. So it's good to have, um, and I'm hoping that, the new, my site will be a place where you can come and let me run this by you, Roxanne, or
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the chat, let me run this by you. What do you guys think? That type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Have you thought about a name yet?
Have I thought about what?
A name for your channel?
Um, I have a list,
Oh, okay.
and most of the stuff that's on the list you put on the list.
It was just stuff that I was just thinking, like random stuff, and it was coming to me, and I was like, "Oh, what about this? Oh, what about this?"
Right, and I just keep adding.
Honestly, it's your decision, and I'll support whatever decision you make. So it doesn't necessarily have to be mine. You might decide at one point, like, "Oh, I want it to be this."
Yeah, but I just keep adding to the list. That's all. So I'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't know. I just want it to be a place where women can, and men, if you've been through that, because there are some men who, um, gone through
Mm.
traumatic places and.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to talk about this week that we're dealing with toxic women or parents or stuff, whatever. But the men are dealing with it too.
Maybe I what?
I said that's why I wanted to talk about tonight about crazy women or toxic women, because it's not just like we're dealing with it, but men are dealing with it as well. They're just
Mm-hmm.
doing it in a different way a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Like their mother might be toxic, their sister might be toxic, but then they might pick a toxic female or woman to date or marry. So, and that's a whole nother dynamic.
Yeah, because they say you marry your parent.
Mm. And looking back, I think I did. I married my father
Mm-hmm.
because he was one that promised a whole lot, but he didn't deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of ex-husband I had. Oh my god.
Yep, I married my parent as well, and I had to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. What you told me how you got rid of him? Oh, I'm sorry. I know it was probably very deep emotional thing. But I guess the way you
Oh,
explained it, it was just
it
something so funny.
was emotional, and it wasn't. When I say I was fed up, child, when I finally got rid of that one, honey, I was so happy. I was
You
just
said
happy.
something is happening to my mic. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Um,
Well, honey, I was happy to get rid of that fool. Do you hear me? Mm, mm, mm.
is this better? Oh, let's see. Let's
Talk. Say hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
I think it sounds better. Are you talking? We can't hear you.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you.
Oh,
Kim?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah, I can hear you.
me? Okay. Yeah. Every time I talk, I keep hearing this sound. I don't know why.
Keep hearing what?
Yeah, it's like Mary first said, it's buzzing every time I speak.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me try something.
I think it's sounding better.
Hello? Oh, it's still
Hmm.
there. Yeah, it's still doing it. Okay. I don't know why it's mm. Okay. Maybe that's the thing is telling me that Roxanne needs to do more to talk.
Not fair.
Go ahead, Roxanne.
But anyway, I see Moni No Love said her father was the same way, promises, promises. But it was time to step up. He just ran.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Having a father, having a no good father, it you often wonder, well, that's who your father was. Well, how in the hell are you supposed to know what kind of man you're supposed to marry if that's the only male figure, if that's the male figure that you've seen all this time? It makes it hard, you know. You don't really know what to look for. I know I didn't. I did not know what to look for.
Mm.
So, and then you find yourself with people just like your parents, some shit, you know.
Hmm.
What can I say? And then I think it comes up to a point where I've had to just pretty much separate myself. I'm not disrespectful. Um, I don't hate, but I draw boundaries now. See, as the way I grew up, I was never taught to have boundaries with people.
Mm.
It's a very dangerous thing. No boundaries. People can do anything. And you basically fall for anything because you've never been taught how to set boundaries with anybody.
Mm.
I've gotten really good with boundaries. And when you learn to set boundaries, you'll find that you attract a better man, better friends, because these friends they respect your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's your first example, Dee Dee. Is your father. And Lord have mercy, that example I had. Child. Whew. And the crazy thing is, my husband now didn't have a father in the home, but my husband was grown when we were 15. He,
Hmm.
when we were 15, he was the man of the house.
Hmm.
Literally, literally, my husband was grown ass man at 15, and he it was the craziest shit ever. He was a man in the house with him and his sister. What he said went, because the mother was working all the time. So he had to step up and be the adult.
Hmm.
But it made for a very good husband.
Yeah.
But we hear that Kim is going to be getting married soon. Somebody had a dream. All I know is that I'm not checking any of my suitcases at the when I fly. I'm just going to carry my carry-on luggage because I'm not going to get my luggage lost because that happened in the dream and we was all Mitch Matt and stuff like that. So I won't be
Yeah.
checking luggage.
Okay, y'all. This is what happened. This is what Bad Church Disease told me. He had a dream. Remember, we call him the Greek god Apollo for prophets. He sees things before we the rest of us, can see it. Either in his dream or just in real life. He sees how people are acting or working, and he kind of like foresees what they're gonna do. So he said he had a dream that um him, Roxanne, and Daryl were coming to my wedding in Texas, and I had a very nice fiance. But for some reason, the three of them could not get their clothes on, and when they got their clothes on, they were all different colors or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
That means that our luggage got lost. That's what that means.
But how did all three of you? That's what I'm talking about. Why did all three of your luggage get lost?
We met somewhere, and the last flight that we took, we met at a connecting flight, and the last connecting flight where we were, we all flew out on the same plane to Texas.
Okay, look at you taking that class like me.
I will not be ever checking my luggage coming to Texas. You can just believe that.
Okay.
Mess around with you.
When I tell Roxanne, I'm like, okay, Roxanne, remember what you said. You were not going to have no carry on.
I have all carry-on luggage.
Dee, no, I'm not. So I'm trying to figure out where is this husband coming from.
It's coming. Moni, no love, that's a good thing. When you see your dad, you go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I tell women all of the time, you do not have to be married to be happy. You're happy to not be surrounded around another person. Learn to be happy all by yourself. When I learned that, that's when I got a husband. And I married my husband twice, y'all. Well, 3 times, really.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. You said twice. You mean 3 times, really?
It was 3 times, really, because we said, okay, we're just going to go ahead and hurry up and get married. Went and got married. And then they talked us in the hat. You know, everybody was like, no, how y'all going to get married? And I have a wedding and blah, blah, blah. We're like, we trying to buy a house. At the time, we were buying a house. So we're like, excuse me, we're not, no, we had just bought the house. We said, we just bought a house. We're not thinking about it. It was like, no. You had to have. Okay, so we went to botanical gardens and we had a wedding. And so that was 2. And then this time was 3.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is the picture that you have on your Abby, is that from the second time?
Right, that was our wedding.
Oh, okay. I like your dress. Look at Roxanne. Beautiful bride.
I was trying to take this picture off, but I can't do it. It's telling me I got to sign in somewhere. So I don't know.
Sign in.
Mm-hmm.
No, the only thing you have to do is click the 3 dots right there. You see it? Hold on. Wait. There's a way to change that.
It says edit avatar. Wait a minute, remove from screen.
Okay.
Edit name. Edit audio avatar.
Okay, there's a way to. Okay, sorry.
I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, there's a way to change the picture. You might have to do, what? You might have to do it when you're on. Because we had showed you before how to change it.
Yep.
And I remember
about your dream. Yeah, we know. We get ready to get off though.
Yeah, I don't know where the feedback is coming from. Oh, but I found the episode. I can't find the full episode, but I remember about your dream.
You there, Kim?
Yeah, I'm here. They keep saying it's feedback. So, okay, thank you, Mad Church Z. Because it wasn't happening the whole time. It started happening the last, 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, maybe. At first, I thought I was tripping, but then Mary said
And it
Oh,
sounded like
you can't hear us at all?
Thank you, Dee Dee. I'll write that down. Don't be
Okay, thank you, Dee Dee.
don't be trying to act all shady and shit. Well, I was just joking about the potato salad. No, sis. Mm-mm.
That's
Hello?
the mother on Dr. Phil. I couldn't find the whole episode, but I found like a playlist that you could probably put them in order, and you could just see how this mother, like, she has really hurt her family, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with her action. So
Darn crazy.
so are you getting sleepy, Roxanne? I didn't even get to tell you my crazy friend story,
Oh, what's your crazy friend story?
but I got this feedback.
Oh,
I want to be able to hear it.
I guess you could tell us next week.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, any last things you want to say, Roxanne?
Make sure you vote, guys. Vote, vote, vote.
And if you have to, wear a mask and go vote. And early vote if you can. That's even better. Less long line. Look at Dee Dee said, prophetic words, speak it over me, Marcellus. Speak it.
Ooh, be careful what you ask for, Dee Dee.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, don't forget, Mad Church Disease tomorrow. Is it is it 2 p.m. Eastern? Mad Church Disease, and then Daryl is 6:30 Eastern tomorrow. So, but if you have your notifications on from Mad Church Disease and Daryl, you will see it. Thank y'all for being with us tonight.
Thank
Uh,
you.
talking about women talking about toxic women, being honest, and also our issues. Uh, Christine, can you be an usher? Yes, you can be an usher, Christine. Oh, 1 p.m. Pacific, which means 1, 2, 3. It'll be 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Uh Eastern. It'll be 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So Mad Church means 4 p.m. Eastern. Daryl Moore, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Also, if you haven't, please sign up for the 18 TV um .com. Let me see if I can find that. So yeah. Also join our Facebook group, and let me see, 18 TV, 18 TV. There you go. Also check out my latest video where I debunked some lies that people try to claim about my friend Daryl Moore. But he's gonna talk more about that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. You can follow along with him with your computer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else, Roxanne, you want to say?
Nope, that's it, ladies. It's been a blast.
All right. Love you, ladies and gentlemen, man, church and any other people in the bushes. We will see y'all same time next week, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. If there's a subject or a topic you would like for us to discuss, please make sure you put it in the comments. Please, please, please share this live on your other social media platforms. Okay. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I'm almost at my 1K. Thank you so much to those of you who've been very supportive along the way, like Christine Parks. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Dog Cigar, Life is Lay, Morning No Love, Miss MW50, Dee Dee, Jacqueline, Betty, uh, Mayford, and thanks for coming by, Mississippi Girl, Ava, Monica G. Davis, Michelle Foster. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all in the chat tomorrow.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.